Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today is the 23rd of October 2023, minutes past 6 in the evening here in the United Kingdom. Welcome back to Explain 11 and the ZIBO Mod 737. A short flight this evening from Athens. We're in LGAV at the moment, 1 hour sector to Rhodes. Just a nice short stream just before I go back to work this weekend, and then I actually start part-time at work. So I have lots of streams coming together, so great way to spend hopefully your Friday evening. Hope you've ordered your curry and it's coming on if you're in Europe, and if you're in any other parts of the world. I hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, etc, etc. Thank you very much to Martin Van Klein. We rejoined as a member just prior to start the stream. Welcome back on board, and hopefully we'll get you back in the members only Discord as soon as possible. We also have this evening in here Flight Sim Dude, Bruno Gindrat, Jamie Heslop. Flight Sim Dude says, I have the ZIBO, fantastic news. Seb Slater says, Nightbot is still hungover. I see Burak's here as well. Let's hope Nightbot and Burak can get on this evening. Thank you very much to Anthony as well as he is waiting for Reginald. Yes, that's my name I use when I play Among Us. Very, very good. One of One says boom right at the start of the stream as well. Fantastic. So I hope you're all doing very well. Now, ZIBO is very busy at the moment. In fact, he hasn't updated the ZIBO mod since we've last flown it, so we're still in 343.18, which is the latest public version. I don't think it's been updated for probably coming up to close to 2 weeks, but I do know personally he is very, very busy at the moment. Now, we are live on VATSIM this evening. There is a VATSIM event going on, I think, pretty much every Friday. They have a lot of ATC on in Greece, but specifically this evening in Rhodes, they're trying to have some sort of overload event. So hopefully we'll have a few alpacas joining us on the way from Athens to Rhodes this evening. We are live weather. It's a beautiful evening. However, I am running the sim 12 hours behind live time. That way we can enjoy a nice sunrise and some of the scenery as we travel south to Rhodes, as I said. Also today, we're only going to be carrying 50 passengers, more kind of akin to the times at the moment. That's the typical amount of passengers we're carrying around Europe, it would seem, at my operator. But it's more to show you how on a short sector the performance can be quite excessive in an aircraft like the 737. So not a huge amount of fuel we'll take because it's such a short flight, very light. So we should be able to get at least up to 41,000 feet, hopefully. Well, I say at least, it's the highest we can go, even though it's such a short flight. So we'll have a look at some of the implications of that as well. Anyway, here we are in Alpaca Airways, 2 Romeo Hotel. That's our call sign. Let's have a little look at the aircraft. The scenery this evening is from Fly Tampa for Athens. We in fact, flew into this airport last time we were in the ZIBO mod on the public live stream. So we actually parked on stand 33 the last time I was in the ZIBO mod, and now we've only moved one stand across. So it's got a bit of continuity with the streams here. But yes, Rhodes and airport. I can't believe we've not actually visited to an airport I've actually visited several times before. I actually, in fact, went to Rhodes about 2 months ago, which is where the background picture is for the stream this evening. But anyway, let's chit chat. Let's crack on with the flight. Complete cold and dark setup. My goodness, it looks so busy all of a sudden here now. Look at all these aircraft here. My goodness, I hope we're not all going to Rhodes. It could get extremely busy here this evening. Right, anyway, let's turn the music down here. Perfect, and we'll jump on into the ZIBO mod. So let's pop the battery on. GPU's on the bus. Electric hydraulic pumps can come on. Landing gear lever is down. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 greens line. Then we check all the aircraft documentation as well. Lovely. Let's work our way down here. Let's check the fire extinguisher bottles. They're all good. Fault test. AP detector not fault. And we've got overheat detector up here as well. There we go. Fire belt. There we are. 3 red lights, wheel well, engine overheat lights illuminated, and we've got the overheat detector and warning, fire warning light and bells sounding. Let's pop the emergency exit lights on. Here's our flight plan from SimBrief. So today, very light, only 50 passengers, only 5 tons minimum block fuel required here. Even though the flight time's 55 minutes, we should be able to get to flight level 410, albeit only for 10 minutes, and we will have to kind of brief the setup during the climb here. Now, on short sectors like this, at my operator, we have actually generally we would brief in the cruise, but because you have such a cruise here, you know, on flights like this you can actually set up in the climb as well, as long as the pilot monitoring becomes pilot flying is well aware of the fact that he's briefing and still in a critical phase of flight. So they're the things to be aware of. Now, we don't know how busy it could be this evening in VATSIM. The weather's sure should be fine. So if I was flying this sector in real life, I'd request about 5.1 tons. Let's stick on an extra 30 minutes, the VATSIM event standard, I like to call that. So that would be 5 tons plus 1,200 kilos, which is 30 minutes burn in the 7.3. That's all 6.2 tons of fuel here. So let's go here, fuel weight balance. Payload, firstly, we're going to simulate 50 passengers. Enter. So it's only traffic load of 4.4 tons and fuel 6. Actually, no, we put 6,200, don't we? Enter. Fuel. Call for the fuel truck. There he is. There's what's a Greek name? I've run out of Greek name. I get this guy's Galapagos. Is that even Greek? I don't know. There he is. He's loading up the fuel as we speak, and we can actually start the flight leg there. Again, if you are new to the stream, I try and get the setup done sort of as efficiently as possible. I will occasionally have a look at chat to answer any questions. As he says, Reginald Houndstooth, is that the name of my first officer today? Where have I heard the name Rhodes before? So that quiz aviation. I'm not sure. Possibly the destination we're going to. You've seen it. No Alpaca Airways advert today. I do occasionally play it every other stream, but no doubt we'll start off with a stream with that soon. Archimedes is loading the fuel system to Genoven. Okay, you got it. Fantastic. Can't wait to see a few, is it? 2 tens of love VATSIM standard 30 minutes extra. You've got it exactly. Perfect. Let's crack on with the rest of the setup. So the fuel's coming in. You can see the sun's rising. It's lovely amber glowing effect coming in here into the flight deck. Check that the flaps are up, and it says here up as well. Working our way down here, config warning check, that's sounding as expected. Cargo fire warning test is all good. Working our way down here, rudder and radar on trim, manual gear extension doors closed, circuit breakers are all in on the first officer side. Check the emergency escape routes tethered to the aircraft. Test that. Ooh, flight recorder. There we go, that's working fine. We have to wait a little bit longer for the stall warning test, but there's the MAC airspeed warning test. Pop the observers VHF panel to 1, iris to nav, 7 minutes here, and check the emergency escape route and the circuit breakers on the captain side. There we are, safety checks are all complete. Esric on the beat, my favourite aircraft type stream. I think a lot of my core subscribers and followers love it when we go back into the ZIBO mod, because obviously it's what I fly, you know, so it's the sort of the most realistic aircraft, the most realistic stream I can provide is when I'm flying this aircraft. Of course, we'll always base the streams around flying the 737. Great, let's see if there's any ATIS available in LGAV. I love calling it that. There is 136125. There we go.
Runway 03 left 21 right and taxiways Alpha and
So
Bravo
grab the
closed.
ATIS. I need a piece of
Surface
paper.
left 030 degrees, 3 knots. HvACC. Temperature +18. Dew point +14. QNH 1020.
So 1020.
Certificative instruction. Concentration of birds in the airport vicinity.
Virtual birds.
Advise on initial contact. You have listened to Information Lima.
To Information Lima.
Here is Athens of Venizelos Airport. Athens Information Lima. Recorded at 1650. Approach type ILS Zulu. Landing runway 03 right. Takeoff runway 03 right. Transition level 100. Operational information. Runway 03 left 21 right and taxiways Alpha and Bravo closed.
Okay.
Surface west 030 degrees, 3 knots. HvACC.
Alright, so I've copied
Temperature
all of the ATIS there. So, Information Lima 1650. So obviously do bear in mind I am running the sim 12 hours behind live time. So it's 20 minutes ago, this ATIS. Looks like runway 03 left and 21 right's closed. So we'll depart off 03 right today. Taxiway Alpha and Bravo's closed as well. I actually think that's down to real world NOTAMs. What I really like about this, the VATSIM is when you fly to Greece, you have this ATIS voice. It's the exact same ATIS voice in Rhodes, in Corfu, and in Athens. It's so cool to hear the same VATSIM voice that you get in real life. That is so realistic. Right, cool. So Information Lima copied, and we can expect runway 03 right for departure, so I was actually basing off 03 left, which I think is the preferred runway for departure. So having a little look at my charts here, we've got an option of 2 different SID. It's going to be a Cora 1 Juliet or a Cora 2 Tango, but we'll set something up in the FMC, we'll get our clearance, and then we'll brief it then. Right, so QNH is 1020, MF rate is 1310. There is what we call an emergency turn procedure here, or an engine out SID, so that's due to the fact there's terrain here to the north, so we'll brief that as well later on. But for now, I will just start getting the routing information into the FMC here. So not much to type in, thankfully. So here's the FMC, latest AirACCs installed. We're in LGAV. Pop the GPS position in the IRS position, so when that's aligned, it knows where we are. And our destination, is Rhodes, which is Lima Golf Romeo Papa. Call sign today is going to be Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel for Rhodes. Departure runway 03 right. It's the only one that's open in this direction, and it's 50-50. Let's go for a 1 Juliet. We'll grab our clearance and confirm before we brief it though. And then obviously I based it off 03 left, so oh no, sorry, no, I've done the wrong SID. Kia, not Court. 03 right, let's go for a Kia 2 Juliet. From Kia then, it's going to be Upper Lima 995 to Kodiak. And that's the arrival, Kodiak 2 Foxtrot. Now this is the only kind of arrival. I mean, I've flown into Rhodes a few times. What they typically do, they don't actually put you on any arrival, they give you vectors to the north of the airfield. All the arrivals seem to take it to a waypoint, or the VOR roads to the south of the airfield, but we'll see how we'll see how that happens when we get there. Someone said I forgot to put the P in Alpaca, did I? Oh yes, well spotted. You'd make a fantastic first officer, Nick. Very well observed. That was my first test of the day. Very good. It's actually very important that you get that information in there correctly, because that's how ATC see you on their radar display. So if you've made a mistake, you'll appear incorrectly there. Very well spotted. So we'll execute that for now. That's something code in the FMC. Cool. So performance then, 0 fuel weights 47.5, fuel's already uplifted, looks 6.2 tons. Our alternate today is Antalya in Turkey, and we need 2.5 tons for that. Cost index, the usual 30 here at Alpaca Airways, cruising at flight level 410. Now you'll see the trip there. On short sectors, it doesn't always give you the most realistic, accurate trip level. We should be able to get to 410, even though it says unable cruise altitude. Double check that later. Cruise wind, top of climb wind is 02446. Top of climb ice is -1. And also the temperature is 18 degrees on the ATIS. Today, we're so light. Long runway, 22 degrees, maximum assumed temperature is 60 degrees, so the 737 engine, the CFM is flat rated. That basically means, I think it's flat rated, I can't remember the top of my head now, 30 degrees, or I think it's ISA plus 15, so essentially it gives full power at 30 degrees, and below that the air density decreases performance. But what an assumed temperature is, we're essentially telling the EC, look, the temperature outside is 60 degrees, I would like you to give me the thrust based off 60 degrees. Full thrust is still available, up to 22k, because we derated it here. So if you have an engine failure, this thrust setting should ensure that you'll comply with all the obstacles on departure, especially if we fly an emergency turn there. So you don't need to add thrust in the event of an engine failure. Takeoff flat 5, I did do this on the OPT, the V-speeds are all within a knot of that. The N1 was a little bit over what the OPT suggested. I think the OPT, well, it says 85.4 in front of me. For some reason the mod's saying 87.1 even with the bleed on. So there's a slight discrepancy, but we're on the higher side, so that's fine. Runway 13, V2 set as well on the MCP, which is 131 knots. Right, FMC's all loaded. Let's jump up here to the overhead panel. Luke Bailey doing the return. No, just the one sector this evening. I am actually flying tomorrow, so just the one short flight. We might be quite busy there though. We're being a VATSIM event. You never know. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes you go and you're in the hold for half an hour. So we'll see. Flight level 410 for the cruise. Elevation there, sea level. So we'll leave that at 0. That should be on steady. Pop the flight directors on. And not 100% sure of the SIDs yet. So I'm just going to set these all to runway heading 03 right, which is 032. And then I'll grab the clearance, guys, and then we'll brief everything as I would do in real life. So that's all set. Order brake to RTO. Reset the fuel flow. It's all looking good there. Perfect. Right, so now is it a good time to get the clearance. Kit my cat, would it be possible to see an air starter unit engine start? Now, I've not tried that for a while. Usually prior to a stream I'd like to test to see if it's working. So I will imagine we've got the APU serviceable today. I have done a couple of streams I think where we've simulated an inoperative APU, but I'll make a note to do that perhaps in the next stream, test if it's working. Sometimes those things don't work. Right, we have delivery online, which is 118675. Give it a shout. What stand are we on? Yeah, Alpha 35. Look at that. As soon as I get to grab the clearance, it starts talking. Paul, trim for CG. Yeah, just testing you. Very good. 5.75 units.
Initial climb altitude 7,000 feet. Squawk 7217.
So I hope the VATSIM ATC is
Clear
nice
to
and
Rhodes,
loud enough.
Yankee Tango departure, runway 03 right, initial climb to 7,000 feet and squawk 7217.
That's Amy, one of the members. I recognise that voice from the group flights.
Tango Lima.
Alpaca 21 Tango Lima, read back correct, report ready for push and start.
Welcome, Alpaca 21 Tango Lima.
Clearance, good evening. It's Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel Stand Alpha 35. Copied information Lima QNH 1020 departure clearance to Rhodes, please.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, copy clearance to Rhodes. Kia 2, standby 1, please.
Oh, oops, he has to double check because I think I
Alpaca 5 Kilo Alpha, fully ready push and start, stand Alpha tree.
Alpaca 5 Kilo Alpha for push and start, contact ground 121.75.
It's great when you've got full ATC.
121.75, cheers 5 Kilo Alpha.
Athens ground, good evening, this is Agan.
Oh.
To Romeo Victor.
So super busy. We'll have to be a little bit patient getting the clearance here. We've pretty much done everything we need to do. You should say Kalispera next time when you talk ATC. That means good evening in Greek. Thanks, Nick. I'll try and make it. I'll try and remember that.
Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, standby 1.
Roger.
So everyone, the poor controllers.
Alpaca 16 Sierra X-ray.
Controller's workload's picking up.
Start contact ground 121.75.
And Alpha 7 Papa Romeo, would you be able to change off initial cruise altitude please to flight level 370?
Oh, that poor controller. Getting all his extra workload. That's something that the clearance controller at an airport is not interested in, you know, cruise levels and stuff. He'll give you your SID stop altitude. But otherwise not there.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, go ahead.
So it's super busy here. I mean,
Hello,
I mean, look how many alpacas we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo.
There's 11 alpacas here. EasyJet, Ryanair, Olympic.
Negative, I've already got
Lot.
clearance. Are you able to change our cruise altitude?
No,
to
don't
flight level
ask.
370?
Don't get him to request cruise changes. The poor departure controller.
Alpaca 2, Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo. Okay, you can change the flight level. 370 is correct.
A firm, 7 Papa Romeo.
So this
Alpha 21 Tango Lima, we're ready for push and
poor
start.
controller is
Bravo 17.
probably not used to this huge amount of traffic. Uma, is this also a test for a new version of ZIBO? Nope, this is still the latest public one. ZIBO's very busy outside of his mod.
Frequency 121.75.
Hawaii 345 is an event on, yes,
Contact
Rhodes overload event this evening.
121.75. Thanks for the service. Bye bye. Alpha 21 Tango Lima.
Alpha 7 Papa Romeo, stand Alpha 44, request push and start.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, contact
So he's
ground
getting guys away, he's doing it well, we just
1.75.
need to wait for our clearance and then we'll get
Ground
away.
121.750 for Alpha 7 Papa Romeo, good day.
I get to Romeo Victor.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Station calling for copy for clearance.
50, 40, 30.
Thanks a lot, Daniel, for the £2. Cheers from the
10.
pub, Reginald.
Alpaca 7
Cheers, Daniel.
Clearance.
It's very kind. Enjoy your evening
Yeah,
there.
to Tango
There,
departure.
with your pint.
Runway
Cheers,
03
buddy.
right. Initial climb altitude 7,000 feet. Squawk 7204.
Someone's jumped the queue with my clearance. I've been lovely and patient. I asked my clearance, and this always happens to me. I ask my clearance, told to stand by, and about 3 or 4 people get their clearance before me.
Alpaca 77 call, feedback correct, report ready for push and start.
Right, what I'm going to do is get this AP5 up now. Fueling's done. I'm going to give him...
Alpaca 9 Bravo, stand Alpha 31, request pushback.
It looks like the Olympic Airways changed name to Alpaca. Who wouldn't? It's the airline everyone wants to fly for. So this poor
I get to Romeo Victor.
clearance controller, I mean, all he has to do is issue clearances, but I think he's saturated already. I mean, there's about 5 or 6 people who have asked clearance afterwards. Still haven't gone live. Right, well, everyone's getting a Kia 2 Tango, so what we can do is select that. And let's brief that, so as soon as we've gotten our clearance, we can request push and start and get out of here.
Please squawk 7222, I get to Romeo Victor.
Olympic to Romeo Victor, reback correct for push and start. When
I always have this horrible feeling of guilt, guys, whenever I do a VATSIM event. These lovely controllers, he's probably been at work all day, or at school, or wherever.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, are you ready to copy clearance for your destination?
A firm, Alpaca 2, Romeo Hotel. Yes. Alpaca 2, Romeo Hotel, ready to copy.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, clearance to Rhodes, Kia 2 Lima departure, runway 03 right.
Oops. Can't be that. It can't be that one, mate.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, the runway for departure
Yes, that's your job.
03 right. Stand by 1.
Alpaca 2, Romeo Hotel, we're happy to accept the Kia 2 Tango for 03, right?
Roger, okay. To Romeo Hotel, Kia 2 Tango departure for runway 03 right. Initial climb altitude 7,000 feet and squawk for you.
Drum roll, please.
Squawk for you is 7223.
Cleared to Rhodes, Kia 2 Tango, runway 03 right, climb 7,000 feet, squawk 7223, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, read back correct, contact me when ready for push and start.
Wilco, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Perfect. Poor guy. Well done to him, and I'm sure, you know, it's probably the first time he's a UVATSIM controller. He's also got about 20 plus aircraft departing. But yeah, he's just give him a hand. Don't get impatient, you know. If you want ultimate realism being an airline pilot, you got to get used to sitting around waiting on standby stuff. Anyway, let's turn turn him down slightly. Let's at least brief everything here. We're due off in 3 minutes. Remember, I always try to push back 30 minutes from the start of the stream. So 7,000 feet, Kia 2 Tango, which is selected in the FMC. There it is, and then after Kia, let's just bring Varix to the top.
I'll be back with you shortly.
Kia 2 Tango, Upper Lima 9775, and stop altitude 7,000 feet. So what we'll do, as per my operator's SOPs, we'll stick at 7,000 feet there. What else did I forget to do? Squawk, that was it, 7223. There we go. So all we've got left to do is brief, guys. So if we go here to the airport and step through this, so we'd be briefing this with Jim, the first officer. We'd discuss all the issues here. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. That's the emergency turn procedure. So fixed rings, it is SAT slash 8.5. I'll explain what this is in a second, guys. And then we want Kia.
Alpaca 22 Golf, copy clearance to Rhodes.
340
runway 03 right. Initial climb altitude 7,000 feet.
slash 15. I'll explain exactly what this is in a second. You'll see it looks like lots of green lines and rings on the ND, but I'll explain what it is in a second. But yes, taxi here on stand. Alpha 35, most likely to now be a pushback to face south, out via one of the Delta gates, and then quite a short taxi look for 03 right via Delta 1 or Delta 2. We could probably in real life use Delta 4, but we'll join the queue. That's a bit more of a detailed stand chart, and we have been cleared on the Kia 2 Tango.
Clearance to Rhodes, Kia 2 Tango departure, runway 03 right.
There we are. So Kia 2 Tango, what we need to do, just check, slate it on my chart in front of me, guys, as well, because I can then always reference that. There we go. So Kia 2 Tango is climb on the Spa Radial Sierra Papa Alpha 17.5, so we'll make that active.
Ryanair 359er, are you with me?
So there's 17.5. And then 032s of course, 12 DME, and at 12 DME we're going to make a right turn onto a track of 104. We've got a little point here, 032, but essentially we're going to go straight outbound towards Kia. You can see is coded like this, and then from Kia we're going to route direct to, hold on, where's Kia 2 Tango terminate? Oh, it terminates at Kia. There's another arrival called the Bibex, which just takes you to waypoint Bibex. So that's it. That's everything corrected in the FMC. Now, what these fix rings are, which I've installed, this is what we do in the event of an engine failure. This is what we call an EOCID, or we used to call an emergency turn procedure. So if the engine was to fail at V1, we obviously don't want to keep going north because there's a lot of high terrain there. So what we do in this case is climb straight ahead until we were 8.5 DME from Spa, and then we'd actually make a turn, a right turn, and then I'd intercept this radial inbound, the 340 radial, not the magenta line, inbound to Kia, and then at 15 DME we'd start holding just at this point there, and then climb to a safe height, so 4,000 feet. So that's what we do in the engine failure, and that's what I've put there. Right, so I think I've briefed anything. If there's anything that, any questions at all, feel free to drop that in the chat. It is a short flight, and I'll try and do what I can. And we'll press push to start. Peter tried today, but said I didn't reach the view count. But there's no need to donate at all, Peter. It's always, basically the voluntary thing. I always try to look at chat as well to answer any questions. But if you have a question, drop that in chat for me.
Alpaca 34 November, clearance to Rhodes, Kia 2 Tango
Let's request push and start. Let's get the better pushback organised.
Initial climb altitude 7,000 feet, squawk 7212.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
So he doesn't sound very Greek.
Tango departure, runway 3 right, initial climb 7,000 feet, squawk 7212, Alpaca 34.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
So let's request pushback.
Oh,
here it comes.
TUI 119 for push and start, contact ground 121.75.
Perfect, we'll get in there as well.
119,
At clearance, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, request push and start.
2 Romeo Hotel for push and start, contact ground 121.75.
121.75 Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, Kalispera, good evening.
Olympic 2 Romeo.
There you go. That's my Greek exhausted.
Okay, all doors and hatches are
Right.
closed, ready to connect.
So we're finally with ground. This guy's very quiet.
Tower on 118.625 Alpaca 21 Tango Lima. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Tower is very quiet. Right, ground is very quiet. Now, we'll just wait until that's fully connected, and then we'll request push and start. Alpaca has its own tugs. Absolutely, Alfie. It's very loud, probably. Alpaca Airways. We have our own handling company, thanks to Jamlin. Actually, was it? No, it wasn't Jamlin. It was Duck Whisperer, I think.
Athens, ground, good afternoon. Request Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, request push and start.
So connected and
God, I can't hear
pin
ground at
inserted.
all.
Release parking brake.
Can you
Push
hear?
and start facing south, Olympic 2 Romeo Victor.
Wow. Athens ground, good evening, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, standard Alpha 35, request push and start. Push start approved facing east, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. He's very, very quiet. I could barely hear him there. Right, anyway, push and start approved to face east. So that's going to be pointing in that direction. It's the one as we expected. Packs off. Oops, not on high. Air conditioning packs off. Anti-collision light is on. Parking brake is set. Transponder to out off. There we are. Parking brake released. Clear to go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
First tugs, next world domination. Thanks a lot, Match. Off we go. Gosh, that ground control is very quiet.
Taxi Uniform Delta 1, India Delta 4,
Someone else pushing around. An Airbus. God, we have an Airbus in our fleet, unfortunately. I very rarely fly them.
Passing traffic behind 15th
Thanks for subscribing. TMF Quiz LOL.
Welcome. Bravo, ready for taxi.
Right, start the engines. Starting engine number 2.
Holding point Delta 1 via Delta 3 and Delta
Ed 2.
Bravo.
Oil pressure. And 1. Oliver, great to have another flight stream again. Many thanks, you're welcome. Just a short one today, and I am working all weekend, but we'll have a few more streams coming up very soon. Kevin Blow, you subbed, thank you very much. Welcome. Right, that's start a cutout coming up. Monitoring engine number 2, 2, 4, 6, 3, 2 stable. Starting engine number 1. Airbus is like the embarrassing uncle that gets drunk at family events. I'm actually cracking out at the banter this evening. Ed 2. Then 1.
118625.
Oh, pressure.
Service up again, Bravo.
Tower 18625.
118.625
So I can hear the responses to people, but I can't hear the ground controller. I'll turn the volume up a little bit.
Athens ground, good
bit
evening,
louder.
this is Ryanair
Operation
1435, ready
complete.
for push and start.
Set parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Welcome aboard, Jamie Heslop. Welcome back as a member. Thank you for jumping back on board the Alpaca Airways fleet. We'll get you reassigned to your role and get you flying. You have to start the Airbus, I'm afraid. You rejoin. Joking, Jamie. Thank you very much and welcome back. We'll get you back into members on your Discord soon. Thank you. Disconnect. So once the two engines have stabilised, put the generators on the APU on the bus, and then we just have to wait for the bypass pin. Nile 3 flew the ZIBO mod early today when I established on the ILS. It trimmed fully nose up. Any solutions? That's a bug of some sorts. Now I don't know what version you're using.
Is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal
I've
will
never
be
seen
on the
that
left.
behaviour.
We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thankfully. Right, we'll just wait for Archimedes to give us the bypass pin. Sorry for the terrible stereotype. The name. Oliver Charles, what drinks do you serve on Alpaca Airways? Oh, crikey. Someone in chat, give us a solution. Right, Doug, bypass pin seen. Lovely. Alpaca burgers, something original. Flaps coming up. Flight controls, 4 forwards, full back, left centre, right centre, and here comes the rudders, full right centre, full left centre. Recall checks complete. Just one question there, Steve. Have you got the radio panel yet? I've been looking at Amazon; they're completely sold out everywhere. If you can actually drop me a link, because I've got my new little bit on my desk where I can slot it under.
Alpaca 2 to Golf, ready to taxi.
I'd quite like to get that now. Neat gin. That's it. Not even water. So I'm just going to have to turn the volume up to hear the controller. Okay.
Holding point Delta 1 via India Delta 4 Delta, package to Golf.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, request taxi.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, taxi calling point Delta 1 via Delta 3 and Delta.
Okay, couldn't get a word of that. Taxi, can you just say that aloud? It's very difficult to hear you, sorry. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, taxi calling point Delta 1 via Hotel Delta 3 and Delta. Hold short to Delta 3.
Taxi Delta 1 via Hotel Delta and a hold short of 03 right, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, please hold short to Delta 3.
Hold short Delta 3, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. I just temporarily turned that up to 100%, but
Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, request taxi.
could barely hear the guy, unfortunately. But he said, right, let's just make sure we're 100% happy where we're going. So, taxi holding point 03 right via Hotel and Delta. So we're on Hotel, Delta, and then hold at Delta 3. Right, I'm just going to taxi forward, just hold short of Delta 3 initially, just to make sure we're happy with what we're going here. Right, parking brake released, config. No config warning. And we're on our way. So what I'm going to do is hold short of Delta 3 initially. I'm going to say approaching Delta 3, and I think that's why I said give way, look, for the 2E. So I'm sure you can hear the responses to the ground, but you could definitely not hear him because I can barely hear him here. Hear the response there. So when he transmits, there's a weird... There's Asian landing, so... On Charlie now, we're just going to hold short Delta 3. And I think we're giving way to that Airbus there. This is Delta 3 gate right ahead of us. JB Helson, throw coins to the engines and good luck. Yeah, like that Chinese lady. That's actually, Llama Internationals do encourage such behaviour. They actually take their money and put it in the coffers. Amazing. So give way to the scare bus. So if you just said to me, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, taxi hold you know, hold Delta 3, you know, that would have been enough. I think he said basically Hotel Delta, Delta 3. I was like, oh, okay. Never mind. Amy, passing flight level 80 into sub. Taxi behind the Alpaca to hold point 03, right, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Well, it can't go wrong, look. Right, anyway, clear left. Ooh, yeah, you give way to the Alpaca, leaving the herd.
Give way to the Alpaca Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, thank you for the taxi.
You heard it, Olympic. Look how busy it is, one taking off. We've got an Airbus in front of us and a TUI fly. Amazing. Awesome. Guys, if you are enjoying the video, we've got 650 of you watching the stream at the moment. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up to a lovely 200 likes prior to departure. If you're enjoying your Friday evening here in Europe, watching 737 Captain Play Expo 11 in ZIBO Mod, do us a favour, smash the thumbs up. Thanks. There you go. I've done that bit. Is there a way to get Alpaca Airways livery for ZIBO? I really recently stepped up to fly online. I would love to join the fantastic operation, said Chan. Fantastic. I'm sure someone in chat will help you out. Thanks, Boz. Might have been for me. Just confirm that's Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel 118625.
This is 625, Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, bye-bye.
Yeah. So I think he said correct bye. Well, we're on tower now.
After the traffic, line up and wait runway 03 right, Alpaca to go.
So there's an Alpaca behind us.
Get 119 and 7 winds calm, runway 03 right, clear takeoff.
So I'm sure you can hear the tower controller now, a lot louder.
Jet 119 and 7 winds calm, runway 03 right, clear to takeoff.
Perfect. So I've taxied behind a little bit close. I wouldn't be this close behind. Ooh, the mod's a bit swingy sometimes if you've got any movement there. He's not.
Jet 119 radio check, please.
Uh-oh.
Jet 119, how do you read me? Really fast now, just a little headphone problem.
Ah.
119, no problem, 7 winds calm, 03 right, clear to takeoff.
Livery command doesn't work. Is Nightbot broken? Let me just double check. So I've got it in front of me here. Commands, livery, right, the reason is because the user level is on owner only, so I'm the only one that could use it. How on earth I did that, I have no idea. Right, I've updated it now, so the command, exclamation mark, livery should now work. Right, let's do the before takeoff checklist because we're at the whole point. So config we checked, flaps we have 5 green light. Forgot to lower the look.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, you on the frequency?
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, holding Delta 103 right. We'll be ready for departure in 30 seconds.
Oh, roger, no problem, take your time.
Thanks. Perfect.
Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, holding Delta 1.
Olympic 2 Romeo,
So I forgot to check in. Right, parking brake is set. Right. What do we get to? Flaps are 5 green light, stab trim set for departure 5.75. Takeoff briefing, PAX auto bleeds on, the V speed set for departure 28.31 set. We're flying the Kia 2 Tango departure. Straight ahead 12 DME, right turn intercept 340 inbound to Kia. Stop climb is altitude 7,000 feet. NADP2, any problems? Going to climb straight ahead till I think it was 8.5 miles. Right turn inbound to Kia. Stop climb of 4,000 feet. That's it. Reviewed. Cabin secure.
Romeo Hotel, how's it looking?
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel fully ready. That's good timing.
Fantastic. 2 Romeo Hotel after the departing traffic. Company A321 land right 103 right.
Behind the departing traffic, line up and wait 03 right behind Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Where's he then? Has he already? Oh, there he is. He's not taking...
Alpaca 2 Golf 7.
Look at that, look, my windowsill was just blocking where he was.
Skipper to go for 2 to go.
So we need to wait till he starts moving. So I'll pop those on. Taxi light off, remind us we don't have our clearance. Strobes on. Auto throttle LNAV, weather radar is on. He's moving, so we can start taxiing onto the runway. And transponder to TARA. So MCP
Wrong frequency to
is set.
28.95.
Transponder, TARA, strobe lights are on. Just waiting for our takeoff clearance.
Romeo Victor after
Tim Waters, I hope you are doing fantastically well. What an absolute turbulent week you've had. You take it steady, buddy, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Tim Waters, everyone in chat actually, Tim Waters, who's one of my longest members on the channel, I won't go into so much detail, but he had to be rushed off to hospital this week, and he's recently come out of hospital a few days afterwards, and he's feeling much better. But I'm not only just the members, I'm sure many of the regular subscribers who watch will send their regards to you, Tim.
48.950, bye-bye.
Oops, didn't get the next frequency, unfortunately. 132975, I guess. Get your tokens in chat. Professional pilot here, live streamer. So it's holding on the brakes, all ready to go. Only took us 48 minutes to get to the runway, a bit longer than usual, but very busy event. And looking very, look at the line on the VATSIM map of all the traffic going to Rhodes. Yatska, do you arm spoilers for takeoff in the 737? No, don't do that. You'll get the takeoff config warning. That's an Airbus thing.
Romeo Victor, correction. Alpha 2 Romeo Hotel, runway 03 right. Clear to take off runway 03 right. Service must come.
Runway 03 right, clear to take off Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Right, there's the timer. Off we go to Rhodes. Flight time around an hour.
On runway 03 right.
There we are. Engines do spool up quickly in the all mod here. Engines all stabilised. Push toga. Set takeoff thrust. Light forward pressure on the control column. There we are. Takeoff thrust set. Indications normal. Checked. Release that forward pressure. Hand off the thrust lever, rotate. Remember, we are very light today, low V speeds. And we're airborne. Positive climb, gears coming up. And trim. Oh, yes! Oh dear. Right. All for the fly pass, guys. Right, back onto the flight directors. That's completely my fault.
1,200 feet departure now, 128, decimal 950, bye-bye.
128950, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, bye. Right, bug up.
Bye-bye.
Someone in chat put that frequency in the in the chat box. That's why there's two of us. 128950. Right, flaps 1. Right, where's the flight directors commanding me up here? They should be a little bit lower here. Didn't have this issue testing earlier. Flaps up. Yeah, the flight directors are still quite a high altitude there. Right, let's get command in. Command A. Flaps up. No lights. VNAV. Now, why is VNAV not working? Alright, no problem. 210 knots, because that's the initial speed for the turn here. What have I not executed? Very bizarre. I've got no VNAV working. Alright, let's concentrate on flying the aeroplane after takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization set. 2.5. Climbing to an altitude, so let's go vertical speed, 1,000 feet per minute. VNAV isn't working, so let's now quickly check in with departures. 128950, you're all legends. And this is why it's a two-pilot job, especially having problems.
Hey, Star, this is Ryanair 1435 with you on hold.
Checked. So yeah, first turn here is restricted to 210 knots. I wonder if this is why it's not working. It's got me confused by this. Departures, good day. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, Kia 2 Tango, passing 6,300 for altitude 7,000 feet.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, radar contact, fly direct to Varix, climb flight level 130.
Direct to Varix, climb flight level 130, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So 130 checked, prioritise setting standard first. And we'll go back to VNAV. Well, VNAV's not working. Let's try this. Let's go direct to Varix, execute. Let's see if it likes that. Nope. Alright, we're going to have to go old school. Level change. No idea why VNAV's not working. Delete the restriction. Outer event 6-8 for flight level 130. And that's it. The after takeoff check is complete. And then this is what's going on with the fixed ring here. A bit of an issue. So we'll go to 250 knots now. Don't need VNAV. We can still fly level change vertical speed. Obviously quite useful to have, but level change in climb behaves just like VNAV anyway, so just won't respect any restrictions. Is the sim a bit loud, guys? Let me know in chat if you want me to turn the volume down. We don't need the fixed rings now anyway. Unable cruise altitude. I tested this sector earlier. Everything worked hunky-dory. No idea why. I'm having issues with VNAV. Let's try that. Nope, it's not working at all. Climb flight level 170, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. I think that could be Amy and her Saab. Right, anyway, well, we haven't got VNAV, so let's do it all manually. 288 knots, our econ climb speed today, so let's bug up to 288. Level change, as I said, it works exactly the same. Audio's perfect today. Thanks, guys. Storm, what is level change? Level change is a basic pitch mode where the aircraft pitches in climb for a speed and the order funnel sets N1, your climb thrust, and in descent again it pitches for speed but with idle thrust. In descent you can also vary the amount of thrust you have. Now I think I know what might be causing it. It could be that the fact that top of climb, top of descent is close, that you shouldn't have any issue in the real aircraft, but it's definitely not working. Let's make sure I've not done anything stupid. Execute. VNAV. Now what happened there? I just didn't execute the performance page, so that's why it didn't work. So rookie error, but you'd never get to that stage in the real aircraft because you'd have none of your V speeds on the PFD. Now, did I take off with no V speeds on the PFD? If I did, that was a big no-no. But yeah, I missed that one, and that again is why there is two of us. No, so I'm just having a look back at the stream. We did actually have, I think, the V speeds for departure. So the fact that I had them, you know, if you hadn't executed the performance, you wouldn't have had the V speeds on the PFD anyway, so you would have spotted it. But that's why it didn't work, because you hadn't executed the performance. But in the real aircraft, you would know, because it would still. I'm pretty certain you'd have those V speeds on the PFD. Oops. Vertical speed. Everything's working fine, ZIBO. I'm so sorry. Love your work. Adam Shellen. Wouldn't get this in an Airbus, probably not. Bavarian, what's the procedure? VNAV is not working in the real aircraft. Pretty much what happened there. Just revert to a basic pitch mode. VS level change. I've had it happen before, where I've had an FMC failure, or issues with the FMC and had a full failure, but VNAV no longer worked. So you just revert to level change of vertical speed, which is what I was about to do. Climb flight level 190, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. I'll never get up to 410 with step climbs, so 190 checked, VNAV. Mash, you've got it. Let's all pretend it never happened. Yeah, HvACC 1, the V speeds are there, so yeah, exactly. You know, in the real aircraft, I'm very, very sure if you don't execute the performance like that, you get no V speeds display on the PFD, which is obviously, I saw the V speed, so I presumed it was executed. But again, in the real aircraft, it's a two-step process. The performance is done by two pilots. We verify the performance, we verify it's been executed before we even get anywhere near to taking off. So it's an easy mistake to make in a desktop simulator. Climb flight level 210, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So 210 checked, back to VNAV. We always revert to VNAV as the initial climb mode of operating.
Alpha Mike, climb flight level 1.
Did you return when the VNAV failed to Didrik? It was actually on the way back to our home base anyway, so it wasn't an issue. Vertical speed again, back to 1,000 feet per minute. Beautiful, look at the Greek islands. I did make a note of what these islands were called, south of Athens. I can't remember what they are. My apologies to my Greek friends. Oh, no, we've still got 2,000 feet to go. Anyway, I'm so behind the ball. Let's do the pre-cruise checks. Fuel lights, 4 tons. We've got 5.3 on board. APs are pressurization set. Release the cabin crew. We'll leave the passengers in these days. As recall, pre-cruise checks are all complete. Let's get some nice tunes in here.
123.325, bye, thank you.
Checked. So the reason we're getting step climb is traffic directly above us and just ahead of us, so unfortunately we might not get all the way up to 410 today, because I really wanted to show you the performance of the aircraft when it's so light. I mean, 5,000 feet per minute, not uncommon in the climb when you're nearly empty. They're called the Cyclades.
Alpaca 2 Roman Hotel, contact Athens, 133.325, bye.
133.625 confirm.
133.325.
133.325. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Thanks, AC bye.
Bye-bye.
Doesn't help that I've got music blaring in my ears. I'll turn that down a tad.
Alpaca 196, CRX-8, descent flight level 110.
Busy, busy.
Malev 2473.
Malev.
Malev 2473.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sir, I didn't give you any direct to the north. You are crossing the traffic right now. Give me a heading 350 now.
I like it. I hear carnage of that. Afida, Kalispera, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, flight level 210 Varix.
Hello, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Right, VNAV. Whoa, we're never going to get up to 410. Flying with Safan, please.
Hello.
Check my message.
Hello, Janex.
Question I've asked many times. Give me 2 seconds. It's
maintain
pretty busy here, buddy.
descent flight
Vertical
level
speed. It's not unfortunately the longest flight either. What did you ask here? Hey, what do you think about the aviation and airport management course along with the commercial pilot at West London University? Oh my god. Fly Stefan, I don't have the answer to such a specific question. I know very little about the aviation airport management course along with the commercial pilot at West London University. I'm sure you'll find more information about that online. I'm sorry I can't be one to answer such a specific question. But I'm sure the course is great. But becoming a commercial pilot at the moment, if that is your ambition, I would, if you're at the point of about to start your training, I definitely recommend holding it off for a few years. I don't mean that in a kind of a way to stop you becoming part of the industry. It's just it's in tatters, guys. It's in tatters. Direct to LROP, there is a full ATC and CPT ongoing.
Malev 2473, fly direct to VV now.
I don't want to put anyone off that is in flight training, because I know a lot of my viewers are, but
Malev 2473, fly direct.
yeah, it's tough at the moment, very tough. Very few opportunities out there. So yeah, flight level 410 ain't gonna happen, guys, because I think when I tested the sector, there was only around a 50-mile segment of flight level 410. So what I'm actually going to start doing is start thinking about the approach into Rhodes. It's going to be super busy.
Alpaca, guys, you have to monitor the frequency. Alpaca 901 Bravo, descent flight level 170.
Descent flight level 170, Alpaca 901 Bravo.
Very impatient, these old controllers sometimes.
Alpaca 901 Bravo, reduce speed 270 knots.
So yeah, let's start thinking about flying into Rhodes here. So arrival, codec 2 Foxtrot. see if I can give them a nudge for further climb. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, any chance further climb?
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Climb flight level 250.
Climb flight level 250, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, thank you. So 250 checked, VLAV.
Athena Control.
Crawling up.
This is Reptic 2 Romeo Victor. Flight level 230.
Roger, maintain that.
So vertical speed, 2,000 feet per minute.
Victor Papa.
Coding 2 Foxtrot.
X-ray. Reduce speed 250. Descend flight level 90.
Where are you?
Descend flight level 70.
I really don't like how these charts depict it. It's so confusing to find. My operator, you just have a drop-down list. You select it on the iPad. This is so hard to find specific SIDs. Lorna 2 Delta Nava Orbis and Roxel 1 Delta departures.
7. Climb flight level 340 on this heading.
Codic 2
Descend 292. 10 degrees to the left. Descend flight level 70.
There it is. Look, Codic and Vanis 2 Delta found it.
Yes, Papa 1. Descend 292 left. 10 degrees.
Oops, out to quiet.
Descend flight level 70.
So, all we've got to make sure is if we don't get into 410 is make sure we update the cruise level.
Alpaca 16 Sierra
I don't know if we're going to get much higher here today.
Romeo Delta Sierra. Expect holding over Romeo Delta Sierra.
So, holding, expecting at Rhodes, that's not a good sign for us, but that makes the stream a lot more entertaining, because we get to look at our fuel burn, so that's where they're holding people. So we might expect to do this full arrival. Now, for those of you who go to Rhodes, you might have noticed as a passenger, typically what happens is it's usually runway 24 in use. You never fly the full arrival, you just typically get vectored downwind right hand for runway 24, but when it's very busy like it is on VATSIM, we'll probably fly the full arrival. So the initial approach fixed to hold at Rhodes, so could be interesting.
150, descend flight level 210.
So we've selected the ILS and the airport charts one.
Athena, good afternoon. This is Olympic 2 Romeo Victor. Flight level 230.
Now, unfortunately, parking stands will change here. Now, I've got some FreeWest TDG scenery. There was some payware one available, but it's no longer available on the X-Plane org store. And I did find a copy, I think it was on somewhere else, but it's a 4 gigabyte download, and I thought, I don't have 4 gigabytes, I really don't have that much space on my hard drive, so TDG, I grabbed that one. It's a little bit outdated, but at least it's something. Who's blocking me then? Someone said there's an Airbus blocking us. Unbelievable. Oh my god, look at the VATSIM map. We've created like a little Carnage mini group flight on this Friday evening. It's so busy. In a bit of a long queue here.
For the stations that are heading to Rhodes, they're expected some huge delays for your approach to Rhodes. If any station wants to divert to Lima Golf Kilo Oscar course, please let me know to adjust the traffic.
What have I done? Oh dear. Is it really that busy? I only published this stream late last night. I mean, it was a busy VATSIM event anyway, but it'd be quite interesting to know how many alpacas are inbound to Rhodes at the moment of all the traffic. I do have access to... Oh. Oh my. That's busy. So we're about to probably overtake Alpaca 21 Tango Lima, 22 Golf. We've got 2 aircraft right below us. Oh my goodness. Right. Well, this could be very entertaining. So, I don't think we're going to get to 410. Take flight level 250. And we'll see how we go. We're going to have to rename the stream to the Alpacalypse again. Any sector where we cause absolute carnage, I usually rename to the Alpacalypse.
And contact 12725, bye-bye.
There's 18 departures at Athens now, that's not so bad. The Palma group flight I did with the members, we once had into Palma, I think it was in excess of 100 arrivals. Declan Lee Butts will go around. Negative. Not today. So busy.
Hello, Scandinavian 190 Juliet.
I might update the cruise level to 250 soon because we're going to expect delays. Let's have a little discussion about the arrival here. So descent page, enable cruise altitude, that's very realistic now. Stick winds in at 200 and 100. Again, it's really not going to make much difference if we're expecting holding, but just to keep it a little bit in sequence.
580 is back.
200.
Welcome back.
Oh, what am I doing? Where's my descent winds? What? Oh, I'm losing the plot here. On the last page, aren't we? So 200, 119 at 10. That's hardly any wind. 100, 116 at 13. Execute QNH is based off the METAR originally, or initially, it is 1016.
To the Gulf, 0.8.
Okay, Alpaca to the Gulf, you have to reduce a repeat decimal 76.
Decimal 76? I'm not even going to get high enough to get to fly those sort of speeds. 1016. 1016.
50, 40, 30.
Thank you very much, Creature for yesterday's donation to what you said. After yesterday's romp on the 747, we can effectively say that you blew up your chances of ever being accepted for any double-decker type rating. Lol. Kidding as always, Captain. Take care. Thanks again, Creature 2 if you continue to support as a member. Yes, the Jumbo in Microsoft Flight Simulator, an eye-opening experience. And no doubt any prospective 747 employer, if I showed them that video, would decline any type rating. Thank you very much. Thanks, Steve. Thanks a lot for DMing me about the radio panel, because I did go to try and order one a couple of weeks ago on Amazon. They're all completely sold out, but I'll keep an eye on that. So /10 and /4. Not going to put that 3 times height because I have no clue what height we're going to be at. So arrival then. It's going to take us via Codic, which is here. Codic.
132.375 Macedonia.
And then we're going to intercept a 15 DME arc from Rhodes, which is 15.8, so we'll make that active now.
EZ67, go ahead.
And then we're going to intercept a 224 radial at or above 6,000, which is here, 224 Oscar.
I'm trying to
and then 035 inbound to Rhodes, where I can anticipate holding, and that's the end of the arrival. And then we're going to fly this Rhodes transitional vectors after holding at Rhodes most likely. So 3,000, there we go, left turn, intercept to 2,500 feet, the platform altitude for the approach.
Okay, reaching 340 Timeko.
Wait, that's above as well. 185 knots for that initial turn on to final. Yeah, max 185 knots. Checks. So that's the transition. ILS will put on standby.
Alpaca 77 Golf, descent, flight level 150, contact now, Rhodes 12725, bye-bye.
Okay, flight level 150, 127,
Put on standby. So yeah, it's not nice arrival that takes us to the south of the airport. This airport, it's quite tricky when you have a lot of strong winds from the south. You get some very severe turbulence from the terrain here. Otherwise, it's a beautiful approach.
Is there any station that wants to divert to course?
No, we're committed. 245 for the courses. Everyone loves holding. It's cool. Not the real aircraft though, when you're looking at the fuel diminishing of that sim, it's wicked. Courses 245, 245 minimums. Cat C, RVR's non-standard 650 metres. Cat C aircraft 300 feet.
Jet 100, descent flight level 170.
Descending 170 to jet 119.
Alpaca 22 Golf, descent flight level 190.
So that's set. Now this DME here, sorry, this ILS has no DME. So 110.3, that's actually a good point. Look. Yeah, the distance here, I believe, is based off the VOR. On my operator's charts, it is. Yeah, so you see here, Papa Alpha Romeo. These DME distances are based off the VOR. So what you can do, you can actually tune the VOR or leave it active on the pilot monitoring side. So you've got DME based off a ground-based beacon. The only issue is whoever has that set, when you intercept the ILS, they lose their localizer scale. Lose their localizer. Sorry, what about the roll flight director? You lose the roll flight director on the PM side. But otherwise it's all set. If I have to go around, just climb straight ahead 12 miles, right turn max 185, intercept and hold radial 281 at Rhodes. Off, no, so fly inbound 281 and then hold 035 inbound to Rhodes. So that's it, that's the approach briefed. I'm going to stick in here the cruise of, where are we at, flight level 250, because I don't think we're going to get any higher. That's executed. Now, what that should do, we should have had to have executed that, and that should update that to a new top descent point. But it looks like that hasn't worked, so we'll put 250 there as well. So we've not actually been told to maintain the speed, so it'd be a bit cheeky here. let's crank up the knots. Can't really overtake anyone here. No, there's a rhino ahead of us. Be interesting to know what the delay is in Rhodes. I can't be super late because I have to get up tomorrow on earlies anyway. But I would be going on to bed around 10 o'clock usually. So still got a couple of hours. Thanks for subscribing. Nighthawk Gamer 7. 52 arrivals into Rhodes. Mega. Thanks, 2 tons of love. Iceman, hi mate, I was in Rhodes this summer and the airport is just amazing. Everything around is interesting. You have houses really close, then you have water on the right, just amazing. Cool. UA's Kota, hi there, I want to become a pilot. What is your advice to me? Well, best of luck, UA's. I don't know if you're at school yet, or if you're perhaps at have a job, an existing job. But the current climate at the moment, there's the job market is very limited. There's a lot of very highly qualified pilots out of work at the moment, but opportunities will come in the future as long as we either A, learn to live with coronavirus, or B, sanctions are lifted or something like that, or cure. But yeah, study hard at school if you're still there, learn the core subjects such as maths and physics, and you'll be fine. It's within the ability of anyone, I like to think as well, even financially. I mean, I was in no position to start my flight training. I had to take out a huge loan, £85,000 loan, which my parents then secured against their house, and I was very fortunate for them to be willing to do that. I had to prove to them I wanted to do that. I worked for 3 years working solidly in a supermarket, selling chickens, which I find very amusing. Saved up as much as I could to pay for my accommodation throughout my flight training, but yeah. Best of luck. 11 alpacas heading to Rhodes. The alpacalypse has thrown Rhodes VATSIM into deep crisis. Well, I think it would have been busy anyway because it's a Friday night and it's an overload Rhodes event. And Rhodes is one of those destinations which doesn't frequently pop up on VATSIM. So I think a lot of people would have taken that opportunity to do it. Descend flight level 230, back at 2 Romeo Hotel. So 230 set, top of 10 chat's a bit premature, but vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute.
Hello, Scandinavia 012.
And to keep the speed up as high as we can until we're told to slow down.
For the stations that are during cruise, the expected delay is about now 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
Oh no! 30 to 45. Oh no, oh no. Giuseppe, this flight is going to cost a lot in fuel at 250, yet very inefficient, at 330 knots as well. Right, what's our alternate? Alitalia, 2.5 tons needed. At the moment we're arriving with 3.3 to hold, so it's going to be 800. We've got about 20 minutes of holding fuel. Should have taken a bit extra. 330 knots doesn't help. In fact, what I might do is bring that speed back, because I'm not going to get ahead of anyone here. Oh, my days. Right, checked. I will actually bring that speed back. It's going to have no advantage except just excessive fuel burn. Dominic, we've seen you've got flashbacks to Parma. Oh, you know. Gadget Badger, what a delay! I know we've had ridiculous amounts of delay. I remember doing a event to Rovaniemi, and they said the delay was 2 to 3 hours. I remember taking off from Oslo, and we're passing like flight level 100, and they were telling us to hold in the climb. It's just atrocious. Matt Glenn Ford, where's the holding pattern? Just here at Rhodes. So we're going to fly this arrival, which takes us to the south of the airfield, and hold here at Rhodes. Simon Lewis, in-flight refueling. Not a practice we take part in Alpaca Airways. There's 230, speed's coming back, just going to help the fuel burn.
Olympic 1314, what did you position?
I haven't even done an external view. Turn this down for you guys, I'll deafen you. KRCR, you got a straight in, Alpaca 77 Golf, outrageous. You can tell there's no wind right now in the world here because the water's plain flat. It's a little thing Explain 11 always does. Beautiful islands there around here. 2 Romeo Victor, not 2 Romeo Hotel. 2 Romeo Victor, very similar call sign.
Again, 241, we have the runway inside. Again, 412, clear to land runway 27, wind calm.
Runway 27, where's he landing?
Clear to land runway 27, Jan 41. Alpaca 901 Bravo, contact now.
The Magician 50, do you do a direct parallel teardrop into that hold? Answers LNAV. Joking. This one here says straight inlet, direct entry. Way 345, delicious cavalcade.
Hello, AGN 711, reduce your speed 7.
So there is Rhodes straight ahead. The airport's right on the coastline, just there. That is our destination.
Contact now. The Rhodes approach. Rhodes approach 127.
You can see, look, aircraft just landing actually. Look on VATSIM. Whoa.
You did a great job. Thank you.
Look at that.
For the landing.
So there's our destination. Looking here. Who's this guy right up our rear? I think he's definitely not doing 250. Is he trying to skip the queue? I'm not going to have any of this if he is.
53 Mike Papa.
Is he directly above us? See, the people that are probably flying into Rhodes from and descending from their cruise level are going to be way below us.
For the moment.
So obviously this VNAV profile is saying that we're very high. I'm not so worried about that because we're going to expect to hold. I'd rather actually stay higher. Wilhelm, when can we expect to see the Tupolev T154 again? No doubt not in the too distant future. Wilhelm. That's
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, contact now, Rhodes 1275, bye-bye.
12725 Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Good luck. He needs it.
Ryanair 9076, Calspera, direct to Rhodes, enter the hold.
So you got direct to Rhodes to hold.
Ryanair 9076.
Rhodes approach, Calispera Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Maintaining flight level 230 inbound to Kodik.
070 and continue descent.
There's nothing you could do there.
Please hold heading 070.
Because I just obviously spoke at the same time.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, can you confirm the QNH for us, please?
QNH 1016, Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo.
40,
Thank you
30,
very much.
20.
Thanks a lot, Steve Mayer, for the fiver. I hope this will work.
Have a few quid for a brew whilst you might be in a hole.
Thank you very much, Steve Mayer, for your £5 donation. That's very kind of you to get a tea. For those of you regular subscribers, you might have noticed that I've somehow managed to work out how to get the talking thing via a super chat now. So we've got Microsoft Anne can talk to us for all donations, and I think we set it to £3 now. Mara does it, and charge for all those things. But thank you very much, Steve Mayer. I'll get a cup of tea at work with that. Thank you. Right, I better check in now. I'll put it towards the radio panel, and I'll think of you when I order it. So we're going to carry on the arrival for now. Radar, hello, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, flight level 230, just started on the Kodik 2 Foxtrot.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, direct to Rhodes, enter the hold.
Direct Rhodes to hold, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but execute. And there we are, inbound to the hold. So now we're being told to go to the hold. I'm going to bring the speed way back. 200 knots. And let's put the hold in. So hold is radial 215. Well, it's based off radial 215, but you want the inbound. I'll be a little bit clearer on this chart. There you are. So 035 inbound, right hand turns.
Alpaca 77 Golf Tower 18.2.
So next hold, Rhodes at 035. Standard minute and a half, execute, legs. Rhodes, hold at Rhodes, and there it is. It's still a direct entry from this point, just about. There we are.
Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, Rhodes direct into the hold.
So there's the airport where we want to land at, and Rhodes is just here. PBiz didn't realise holding patterns were this high. 23,000 feet seems really high. It is usually high, and obviously being so busy here, you can hold there, but there's no restriction to altitudes to hold at. It'd be very unusual in real life to hold this high.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, are we okay to leave the flight deck for 30 seconds, please?
Yeah, no worries, call me back.
Dinner's ready!
Bridget 119.
So we brought the speed back.
Continue descent.
Only thing we didn't do was landing performance, guys. So 3.7. We've still got a little bit of extra fuel now. So what was it to divert? 2.5. Thank you very much, Ross Phillips, for your membership. Welcome aboard, sir. Glad you're enjoying the content. You'll get invited to our members only Discord. Thanks a lot, Anthony, as well, for working everyone, and all the moderators too. Very kind. What did he say? I missed that. So we're going to burn 300 kilos, landing weight 51.3, but I'm going to call it 51 tons, because we're going to probably hold for a little bit extra. Flat 30, order brake 2. It's to vacate here at Charlie, I think we should do. Hello, Mariana. How long until the jacket potato?
Alpaca 901, Bravo.
Even my dinner's ready. It might be another 25 to 30 minutes yet. Okay, thanks.
Enter the hold, I will call you.
So here we are, about to enter the hold at Rhodes at 230, and goodness knows what's going to happen next. There's a couple, 1, 2, 3 alpacas, there's a Ryanair, there's a 2E behind me. Alpaca 160 X-ray, look at that. He's entering the hold there, and I'm entering the hold as well, so Obviously, we all need to work out the altitude of the difference, or ATC will, but he's probably below us, or cannot see. There's an aircraft, look.
Alpaca 16 Sierra X-ray, leave Rhodes on a heading 070.
I have the labels off.
6,000.
Usually, but I'll turn it on briefly so you can actually see the other aircraft. Oh, I can't even actually see them with the labels on. There's one. 9-1 Bravo, look. There's a 2E119. Another aircraft holding there on final, I think, or maybe. Very busy. Oh. Here we go, entering the hold at Rhodes. So yeah, approach time. Again, in real life, you'd be very concerned if you're holding a 230 at Rhodes. I just estimated the approach time. I don't want to overload this guy, but I might try and nudge him and get the descent at least. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, entering the hold at Rhodes 230. Request descent if possible.
That's a negative. Maintain initially the altitude and previous instructions.
Maintain flight level 230, hold at Rhodes, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Oh dear. So to get to Antalya, Turkey, we need 2.5 tons. We got 3.7, so we can hold here for 30 minutes before I then have to use that fuel to divert to Antalya. Oliver Charles, let Jim handle everything whilst you eat.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, descend 2,000 feet and fly left on a heading.
He's vectoring someone into Rhodes. That's brave. I'd just leave him on the procedure if I'm super busy.
Left heading 330 degrees, Alpaca 7.
Another Gene's, how do holds work when it's super busy? Start out high and keep stepping you down to the bottom when it's your turn. Yeah, pretty much. And they'll step them down each one at a time until you get the bottom of the holding pattern, then get vectors onto the approach.
Unit 1016, Alpaca 16, Sierra X-ray.
Vision thing denied. Freckles, you got it, you tried. Oh, Freckles, I caught up on Discord that you were streaming today, so congratulations doing your first, I think it was your first YouTube stream, so well done.
Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, continue left heading 270, clear for the ILS 24.
This aircraft holding just 1,000 feet below us, so that's why we couldn't get any further descent. Can we see him?
Approach Alpaca 2 Golf. Alpaca 2 Golf, Rhodes approach. It's possible to divert to Kos.
Oh, he's had enough.
Stand by for that request. I can't give you a
we've got a second option available, guys. There is an aircraft carrier. So if we can't get an approach, we could always log offline and land on the aircraft carrier. There it is, look. Enjoy away 345, it's a race against time. Gotta get down before your baked potato goes cold.
Station calling.
Can see this aircraft holding. Who do I work for? Alpaca Airways. Outstanding response. So here we are, there's a TUI behind us. But I'd like to see this controller, getting people to send. So look, I'm at 230, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aircraft in the hold. Let's go, come on.
Alpaca 16 Sierra X-ray, left heading 270, clear for the ILS.
It's just stuck me at 230. I'd like to think that aircraft's at 5,000 feet, next one's at 6,000, next one's at 7,000.
2EZ 119 are flying now.
Aircraft carrier has to be negative.
Leave Rhodes on a heading 070.
Leave Rhodes 070 to EZ 119.
Hi, buddy. How are you? Oh. Paul Shooter, touch to go on the aircraft carrier. I'll give it, what are we now, 7:30 UK? I'll give it another 15-20 minutes. If we're not, if it doesn't look like we're progressing, I might have to knock offline. And either we'll do a touch to go on the aircraft carrier and land at Rhodes, but I'd like to, if possible, to try and do this flight as accurately as we can. That's when I should have gone.
Contact 118.2 Alpaca 7 Papa Romeo, bye-bye.
So, entering the hold, as we discussed, we've got 4 tons of fuel. We know that to get to Antalya we need 2.5 minimum, and that's from doing the missed approach at minimums, full missed approach, departure, arrival into the destination. You should land with final reserve.
Request further descent. We are currently flight level 220 and holding at Rhodes, Olympic 2 Romeo Victor.
Patience.
Yeah, I know there is about another 7 airplanes that holding currently at Rhodes with inbound as well. Roger, Olympic 2 Romeo Victor, no problem.
So poor Olympics getting impatient.
Alpaca 7.
But if he's at 220, I can't descend. He's blocking me.
9, flight level 9.
So we just need to.
Descent flight 90, Alpaca 2 Golf.
The approach controller needs to start getting, keep the aircraft in arriving as well. I mean, looking on final approach here, look, we've got 1 aircraft on final, 2nd aircraft on final, but where's the others? They should be like 5 or 6 miles separation behind all of them. 1, 2, 3, next, but need a bit more of a flow here. I've been, where's the descents going? Let's get everyone descending down. Look, 6,000 feet. Let's get the. Once you're at 6,000 feet, cleared approach. Let's keep going. Let's go. That's what I want the controller to start doing instead of just silence. But I can't say I've never controlled before, so I'm sure he's doing everything he can within his ability. Go Rogues and skip A472. Unbelievable. Freckles Aviation, as much as I'd like to see a carrier landing, also seeing a diversion of VATSIM would be mega. Very good. That's an option as well. We have done that before. Remember we went to Palma a couple of years ago from Liverpool and the hold was 2 hours. So I just went, well, screw that. We diverted to Ibiza. Delra White, good afternoon from North Carolina. Absolutely awesome, buddy. Good day to you. I hope the sun is shining there. What? Is it 2 aircraft carriers?
Alpaca 16 Sierra X-ray Tower 18.2.
It's the same one. So tower frequency 118.2. Yeah, why it's
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Continue descent flight level 120.
Descent flight level 120 Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Excellent. That's what we wanted to hear.
Jet 119er leave Rhodes.
Level change.
On a heading 080.
Heading 080.
Bit concerning. Told to descend with an aircraft 1,000 feet below us.
Alpaca 2 Golf leave Rhodes on a heading 070.
Oh dear.
Leave Rhodes on 070.
So in reality, I'd perhaps question that, but maybe he's going in the opposite direction, or he's happy with the separation. But yeah, that's a big chunk of airspace. That would be. I'm saying, yeah. Ideally, we want to be 1,000 feet separation, but there's a big chunk of airspace between us here, so it's probably why I don't know if we're jumping the queue or getting ahead of him here. But yeah, let's sequence them in. Nice to get kind of like 1,000-foot steps, and then once we're at 6,000 feet platform altitude, we then be cleared of approach. You need to become a controller as well, said Stuart. Well, when I was an SFI instructing for 2 years, you have to play as a controller, but obviously you're only controlling the guys in the sim, not multiple aircraft as well. You know what? I've got so much time coming off in the winter. I might do it. You never know. I think it'll be quite a good laugh. Can a 737 captain be a VATSIM controller? 2 tons of a PA. Oh dear, we haven't done one today. So something along the lines of, ladies and gentlemen.
Alpaca 6 Alpha Mike from Rhodes.
Sorry for delay. Expected approach here. We're just holding to the south of the airport. Expected approach in around 50 to 20 minutes. And we'll have you on ground shortly. Something like that. Nile for Echo. What actions would you take if you got a TCAS warning? Well, there's 2. You got a caution initially. So a caution, we'd try and work out where the traffic is. There's no actual requirement to manoeuvre the aircraft, but a TCAS warning or an alert where you're told to descend or climb. You immediately disconnect everything, autopilot, auto throttle, follow the RA command on the PFD. You have to ignore the flight directors. That has to be respected at all times. Very, very important. I've never had a full RA, but had plenty of cautions.
7 X-ray Papa, Athena, 133.325.
Tom Knudsen, hope you're doing well. Hi guys, nice to see the captain back in the real simulator. I know you're not a fan of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're back here. But guys, yeah, we started our descent now. I should think approach, hopefully, if there's no further delay in the next 20 minutes. In fact, I'm trying to work out where we are in the sequence. There's an aircraft on final, and it looks like the TUI, that was the one that was sent outbound here. I mean, the controller could really lower his workload by just keeping people on the procedural approach, not vectoring them. I think he's vectored someone there. What's our best hold speed? I don't know if that's modelled here. 175 knots, that's definitely incorrect. That is not the most efficient speed to hold at. Flaps out. Flight deck to down.
At
least the weather's good.
That is 330.
Left heading 330.
Just going to crank up the speed slightly, 220. Just increase our rate of descent slightly. The ZIBO mod is holding beautifully. So that's AZ879 holding at Rhodes.
AZ879, Roger. Continue descent flight level 190, enter the hold.
So he's sending to 190 in the hold. Vision Thing, added my YouTube account in Discord. What else do I need to do to access the channel? Vision Thing, type in Google, Discord YouTube synchronization. Make sure you do this on an internet web browser when you open Discord as well, for some reason. And follow those steps, that's how it generates the automatic invite. But you need to open Discord on a web browser like Chrome, Firefox, you know, Internet Explorer if anyone does use that still, but that's what you need to do.
QNH 1016 and Ryanair 9076, leave Rhodes on heading 070. Roger, descend 6000 feet, turn to leave Rhodes heading 0702, Ryanair 9076. Jet 119 left heading 270, clear for the ILS Zulu 4.
He is vectoring the guys, but he's doing well. You know, the controllers, you know, they're not used to this on a traffic card VATSIM, but he seems to be getting the ball rolling now. We were stuck at 230 for about, was it 5-10 minutes or so. I was just wondering what was going to happen next. We've held with busier events before for sure, and it seems like the mad rush into Rhodes has stopped briefly. I can't see that many aircraft at the hold. Here's us, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more entering, 6, 7, 8, 9 outbound on the approach. I mean, that's a normal busy day at an airport there. Can you guys hear the music? Probably not. There we go.
Alpaca 6 Alpha Mike, descent, flight level 140.
6 Alpha Mike, listen.
Alpaca 22 Golf left.
Syed Naveed, hi Captain, are you planning on doing some more tutorials in the future? I am, Syed. As soon as I get this weekend out of the way, I've got a lot of spare time. Tutorials coming up, I've been thinking about, is a couple. One in X-Plane in the ZIBO mod. On the autopilot, I thought we'd do a basic one, just explaining some of the modes as well. You can go into a lot of detail with that. So demonstrating a short flight there. I haven't done a ZIBO mod or an 737 tutorial in a while. And another one I'm going to do is actually a Microsoft Flight Simulator circuit training in a Cessna. I've actually found all my notes for the PPL. So that's some of the things I've got planned with the channel. So about to go around the hold again. This will be the third time round. So we obviously entered it, went round once, went round twice. We've got Alpaca 9.
Romeo Hotel, leave Rhodes on a heading disregard. Alpaca 901.
Damn it!
Bravo,
I thought I was going to get
heading
vectors.
070.
Ah,
Heading 070,
Alpaca 070, damn you! It got ahead of us, but I guess that's because it's below us.
901 Bravo, descent 6000, 2810.
So 91 Bravo's below us, I think.
descent 6000,
It's quite hard to see the aircraft with the labels. Can't see them yet. Beyond a tutorial on the performance page. So this one here, I guess you are referring
Alpaca
to.
901 Bravo, reduce speed, 180
Yeah, I mean, there's some elements of the ZIBO mod still not modelled. In fact, when it comes to those sort of things, the PMDG NGX is probably still the best one because it has a more accurately modelled FMC. The ZIBO mods is really good for most general flights from A to B, but there's a few little hidden features. The same way the PMDG have a few bits and pieces missing as well.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, continue descent 6000 feet, QNH 1016.
Turn altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1016, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So 6,000 feet, check set QNH 1016, 12,600 to 6,000. And standby altimeter is set. Now, much better by the controller. See how he's coordinating this? He's getting a continuous descent.
110.
Blocked. So you can see, look, it's much more efficient now. Getting everyone now. He's got us down to the platform altitude, and hopefully by the time we get around to Rhodes, we'll be ready for the approach.
And Alpaca to the Golf Tower, 118.2, bye-bye.
BJ, you can always divert to the military airfield next to the airport. Yeah, there's one just to the north. There it is. Look, Rhodes Maritza. It says at my operator's airfield brief. Please don't land at that one. Don't get the two confused. Not QWERTY, loving the hold? Question mark. It's great. I quite enjoy doing it on VATSIM.
50, 40,
Who was the station calling?
20, 10.
Oh, Tom Knudsen, that's very, very kind. My goodness. Here we go.
Two things I missed: Captain's flippers and Mariana's
Alpaca
battles. The
6
best bunnies
Alpha
are they?
Mike.
Still alive.
Tom Knudsen, your continued amusement. Thank you very much for your donation, buddy. I'd rather you came back as a member for a month. But you missed my flippers. So I'm guessing you're referring to my blue slippers, which I used to stream, which are Mariana's dad's. And Mariana's dust buddies, that was something to do with Mariana's dusting. I can't remember. She'll confirm that. But cheers. Oh, I asked Mariana Tom and shouted if she's not here. Something about dust on my rudder pedals, and she used to dust it off. Unbelievable. Thanks a lot, Tom, and I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, leave Rhodes on heading 070.
After Rhodes all heading 070 degrees, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Me speak good English. Jeez. 070 degrees after Rhodes, so we've preset the heading. Passing 10,200, 6,000, we'll do a post-cruise check. Fuel 4 pumps, lights coming on. Hello, Jack. APU's off. Pressurization 4.0 set. Recall.
Alpaca 901 Bravo,
Checks complete.
3000.
Streamlabs volume is low again. I know, Boz. I've been playing with the settings in the background quite a bit, but so long as the stream thing's there. Yeah, I've just checked it. It's gone back down. I saved it all to 100. It's back down to 20 now.
Olympic to Romeo Victor, continue descent 7000.
Continuing descent 7000 Olympic to Romeo Victor.
Ryanair 9076 for the left, heading 270, clear for the ILS Zulu 4.
There we go. So we just got to remember after Rhodes to select the heading, otherwise looking good. We should be touching down, hopefully, with no further delay after the vectors. So the previous controller in Athens said we could expect to hold 30-45 minutes. I think that was a little bit of a I don't say exaggeration, but I think a lot of people probably prematurely decided to divert. It is busy here, don't get me wrong, but we've seen far, far busier events on VATSIM, for sure. I mean, I could only see here in the hold 1, 2, 3 aircraft, a couple on vectors, 1 on final, a couple inbound from the south. Luke Bailey only just departing Athens. Fantastic. Enjoy your flight, sir. Tom Knudsen, what triggers the auto throttle reset light? Disconnecting it. So there you go. And then you can cancel it 2 ways. You can either push the auto throttle disconnect button again, which is obviously here. I don't know if it actually works, but there you go. Stops that. Or turn it off. You can push the light, which cancels it as well.
And continue descent initially, flight level 210.
Continue descent 210 and hold at Rhodes, GN580.
Cool, so
Alpaca 9er
exit hold, execute, so that means after holding, the aircraft will track outbound. B9 bot 1, 758 watching. Oh yeah, crikey, it's quite a lot for an X-Plate stream, so thank you very much, guys. There's Rhodes, so there's the heading. Oh, what was the heading he told me? 0 what? It wasn't 038. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, overhead Rhodes. Now, can you just confirm the heading again?
Alpaca 9er 1 Bravo, further left heading 270, clear for the ILS Zulu to 4.
1,000 to go.
So I swear I preset that heading, but somehow I knocked it. I'm going to go for 0070 first, because that's the same as the track here. Approach. I'll wait for one of my first officers in chat to answer. 070. Thanks, guys. Just testing you all. There you go. Well done to Denny, Bola 80, Leon Dehan, Marco, Ben Harper, Burke. Look at you all paying attention. Superb work.
Direct to Rhodes, leave Rhodes on a heading 070.
So there's the airport.
Leaving Rhodes on a heading of 270 Olympic to Romeo Victor.
Maintaining 6,000, that's fine.
Victor, leave Rhodes on a heading 070.
And on a delayed vector here for the approach. So yeah, guys, thank you very much to everyone that's watching. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button.
Alpaca 9er 1 Bravo.
Up to 380 likes, so that's brilliant. Let's see if we get a 500 points a touchdown. 2 tons of love, 270. That was another alpaca getting there, heading to fly. Stick shaker. It's been a while since we've done a quiz as well. Chris Hawkins, I don't know if he's here this evening. He's still the quiz champion. I think that was over 3 or 4 weeks ago. We always try and stream on the Sunday. We do the merch giveaways and the quizzes. Last 3 Sundays I've been busy. Working last Sunday, working this weekend every day. Weekend before that I was doing something else. But we will do another one soon.
Ryanair 1435. Continue descent. Flight level 80.
Here is the island of Rhodes. So actually, for this stream, I downloaded this tile at zoom level 18.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, descent 2000.
Descent 2,000 feet, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So 2,000 feet set. Let's just go vertical speed. 1,000 feet per minute, because I don't think we're going to be turned inside of where the Alpaca 91 Bravo is, so we'll just do a nice gentle descent. As we're on vectors, we'll just update the FMC direct to CI24. That's going to show us very high, but again, that's only based on us going straight to that point right now, which we're not doing.
Rhodes, leaving Rhodes on a heading of 070 Olympic to Romeo Victor.
Kick My Cat, could you do a tutorial on the flap failure, no flaps landing? I really enjoy your virtual type rating playlist. So Kick My Cat, yeah, that's a really good suggestion. And I had a big tidy up of my playlist quite recently, so retitled the YouTube homepage so we can make it a little bit clearer. And I am planning on this period of the winter doing a few more tutorials based off the type rating, so some of the basic sessions, some of the non-normal situations as well. I'm as sure as you're aware, some of the things I've had to avoid, like wind shear escape, terrain escape, I could make a tutorial on that, but they're quite sensitive in nature, so I don't want to kind of do anything which could be interpreted incorrectly if someone had to do it on the line, so I've kind of avoided doing that. But we'll definitely do some more for you.
Victor Charlie Papa 6 Alpha Mike descent.
Victor Charlie Papa? No! Who's that? Right, anyway, let's tune the ILS now.
Easy 879, descent flight level 90.
There's Alpaca colleague on final in an Airbus. Ugh. Outrageous.
Rhodes approach, Gen 7, passing flight level 6000.
We just need to wait for our turn on to final.
Continue climb flight level
RTC Mao out of my meeting just in time to watch the landing. Fantastic.
80 for Gen 527.
Tech panel, what is your reserve fuel? 2.5 tons. So we've got plenty. We could have held for another half an hour, really.
Alpaca to Romeo Hotel, left heading 270, clear for the ILS Zulu 24.
Left heading 270 degrees on that heading, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 24, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So you'll notice that there's no DME associated with this ILS, it's just a glide slope, but what we can do is actually tune 15.8 on box 2, and then you should have the DME distance from the VOR, which isn't quite on the airport, but it gives you a rough idea where things are. We can extend the centre line, so bring that waypoint to the top. Before executing, put the intercept course, which is 245. Execute. And that gives you a sort of centre line. Well, actually, what would be even better is just route direct to CI24. So very low on the profile, 20 miles. Ideally, you want to be around 6,000 feet. All looking good. There's the glide slope and localizer deviation, so initially on Vorlock, and I will now route actually direct to CI24. So it gives you a slightly better VNAV information if you go direct to the centre fix instead of extending the centre line. They at least managed to continuous descent from 6,000. No wind at all in the simulator, look. Absolutely calm, which is very typical for Greece this time of year, but it can get very windy sometimes. There's the localizer coming alive. Current weather in Rhodes is clear skies, 22 degrees, 1016. And runway heading 245 set, localizer is captured. XYZ Bobber, a good one.
580, descent flight level 90.
We'll bring the speed back to the upspeed now. Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, localizer established for ILS 24 left.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel Tower, 118.2, bye bye.
118.2 Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, good job this evening, bye bye. Perfect. Yeah, not too bad at all by these guys. I had the impression it would be far busier, but it wasn't as busy as I expect. But not looking too bad. We had about a 15-minute delay in total. Nicely established. There's 1 dot, so we'll arm approach. We'll select flaps 1 now. Bring the speed back to the flap 1 speed, and we'll contact tower, which is 118.225. Rhodes Tower, Kalispera. It's the Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, established on the localizer for ILS Zulu runway 24. Glide slope capture flat 5. Did I get the right frequency? 1182. You know what to do in chat. Outrageous. Oh dear, oh dear. Rhodes Tower, Kalispera, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, ILS Zulu runway 24.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, hello, the Agora Star, continue approach, runway 24.
Continue approach runway 24, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Awesome. So I'm going to go flap 10. Now flap 5, you'll notice the speed is slowly coming back, but not quite as quick as I'd like. That's why I love the ZIBO mod so much. The flap drag model is pretty much darn perfect. Missed approach altitude, that's what I need to set 6,000 feet. Flap 10 just gives you that little bit of extra drag, and it is 6,000, isn't it? Wicked. We'll turn the music off for the approach. Lovely. And we've just got to wait for our landing clearance. Nice and quiet here. Mohile, have I just missed takeoff? No, on the approach now. Plenty of all your real pilots in chat as well. My little RT issue.
Alpha Canada Run Bravo, welcome to Rhodes, vacate to the left, taxi via Foxtrot and contact ground 121.7.
There is ground online.
Vacate to the left and contact ground on 1217 on taxi via Foxtrot. Alpha Canada Run Bravo.
So well done to the Greek boys. Nice little bit of separation. You can pack them in a little bit tighter, but overall okay. Approaching 4 miles. Look at that, nice idle thrust all on the entire approach. Way 24 clear to land. Clear to land, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Wicked. Gear down. Flap 15. Match speed, landing checklist to flaps. Star switches. Continuous recall check. Speed brake arm green light. Landing gear down to green. Auto brake is set to. And we can now select flap 30. Match speed. Nice calm winds. Flaps. We have very low VREF because of our weight. 130 knots and 135. So 30 green light. Here, lights are on, checklist complete, we are cleared to land. Right, speed's nice and stable. Now I have noticed with the ZIBO mod, when you're flying these lighter weights, the attitude's a little bit higher than I'd anticipate. It's close, but I'd expect to be a bit around 1 degree, not at 2.5, so it's a bit high. But we are very light here. Right, disconnecting autopilot, and disconnecting auto throttle. Trimming, speed's nice.
Approaching.
TDG, by the way, freeware scenery for Rhodes. The payware one was a 4 GB monster download, so I hold off it. Approaching the point where we need to be completely stabilised at 500 feet AGL. Top of the amber bar on the altimeter. So Jim would be saying 500 continue. I'd have to respond check.
400.
Checked. No wind at all. No excuses.
Approaching minimum.
Copyright that quote.
300.
Check.
Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Check. 2 reds, 2 whites. Looking very nice.
100.
Check.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close.
10.
Hold that attitude. Come on. Nice! Butter. Superb work. Right, speed brakes up, reverses green. Ooh, up we go. 100 knots. We'll vacate here on Charlie. 80 knots, manual braking. There's 60 knots, idle reverse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rhodes. Local time in the sim, 8, 9, 10 AM I think. I can't remember. Next left ground 1217 Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. Thanks a lot for the ATC, bye. Lovely. Right, flaps coming up, speed brakes up, ground 1217. Now this is going to be difficult because the stands don't quite match the how it's depicted in the sim, how it is in real life, but we'll check in regardless. Get the weather radar off and the landing lights off as well. It's a bit uphill here, just like in roads in real life, so you need a bit of thrust here. Ooh, not beyond 40 though. And we'll check in with ground. Arodas ground, hello, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, vacated runway 24 Charlie.
Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, welcome to Rhodes. Continue where Charlie Juliet to stand number 4.
Charlie Juliet stand number 4, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel. So we're going to have to kind of guesstimate this because we don't have the straight in stands. Basically all the stands in Greece, Corfu's the same. They've changed all the remote positioning stands into straight pushback stands, which is not updated on the scenery here, so you can see how, look, they're all on self-maneuvering standard static models, but we're just going to have to go straight in here. Anyway, we're all done. We'll do the rest of the cleanup, and of course we'll start the music as well. I'll have a nice read back of all the comments on the approach very shortly. But yeah, nice flight on the network. Busy enough. I love doing these VATSIM events. I'm always keeping an eye out for them. If I'm planning a stream, we'll go from there. Oh, Alpaca 2 Romeo Hotel, roger. I think he's had a standard choice, might not even be me, but what I'm going to do is just go straight in next to this guy and ignore the taxi line markings. It's just a problem with the scenery being a bit outdated, but that'll do.
Clear to Sofia via Vannes to Alpha, departure, they fly down the route. Runway to 4.
Oops, oh no, I forgot to start the APU.
7243.
Uh-oh. Well, let's hope it's a quick starting one. Right, let's do that there. Look at this, not flat, it's all this apron. Oops. We'll do the rest of the cleanup whilst we wait for the APU to start as we descend into the apron.
119, feedback is correct.
Very good. Right, parking brake is set. Let's do the rest of the cleanup whilst we're here. So that should be on steady. Probe should be off. Trim should be reset as well. We can shut down one of the engines now. Get master caution, ELEC. Eventually, it's a bit slow in the mod. That should be to 4 units. Come on, APU. Shane, our very nice approach to landing. Love your streams and videos. Thank you very much, Shane. Very kind of you. But you don't like me forgetting to start the APU though. It's such a short taxi there. There we are. APU's on the bus, so 2 blues. There's your red. Engines are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, welcome to Rhodes. Lovely, lovely flight on the VATSIM network. Alpaca Airways. New destination has been reached and served. Absolutely wonderful. You can grab the scenery from TDG as well. From the forums, it's a free download. They're very good. Some of them are a bit outdated. For example, this one is. We only have the self-maneuvering stands, but it's absolutely fine for a flight here. Like I said, generally I always get the pay airports for departure points, and I always try and get them for arrivals. But I said, you know, it's a 4 gig download. This one. Who's this we got landing? Is it an Alpaca? Oh dear, so he's got a bit of a wing down here. Steady on. Oh no, it's Olympic Asian. I think they were behind us when we left. Athens earlier. I was trying to remember where we departed from. Great stuff. Anti-collision light, will pop that off as well. Oops, start switches. Cool. I'll read the comments section. We'll sign out, do the replay as usual, as Olympics just landed there, which is great. Canal, is there going to be another flight? No, I'm afraid not, because I'm at work tomorrow and I'm flying all weekend, but we'll be streaming again next week for sure. So we've got the Are You Real Pilot emojis in chat because I got the wrong frequency for tower. Boz, love a queue while holding and moaning about it. Randy, don't extend flat 15 or further without the gear down. You're quite right, Randy, otherwise you'll get the gear warning horn. Lots of butter emojis. Yeah, not too bad. We had a good streak recently in the ZIBO mod with butters. It's all been going very, very well. Jamie and Petty, are you running Vulcan? I am, Jamie and Petty. Right now in the sim, I'm getting 50 FPS, which is great. Bear in mind I'm running all the streaming software in the background as well. Right, anyway, let's now turn off that music. I'll now log off VATSIM, so great job to the guys with Greek ACC providing the service today. Always appreciate that, and always send them a nice tweet back and email when you get great service from ATC and provide the feedback as well. That was really well done. I felt the approach, you know, a little bit better, maybe perhaps sequencing them in, but I'm obviously comparing it to what I'd expect in real life. These guys are like you and me, you know, we're all enthusiasts of the simulator world and just having a bit of fun. But they got us down safely and with not too much delay, so I cannot complain at all. Of course, anyway, let's call that a day, look at the replay and start the funky music. There we are. Hopefully that's loud enough. Not bad. Oh, look at that for positioning. Let's have a look at this touchdown. So not a completely flat runway here, which made it a little bit more difficult during the flare. Bit low of the threshold, but only by about 20 feet or so. There's the flare. I say it's not completely flat, it's very squared off, look. So if you actually touch down on that upslope there, look at it go up now, look. Bloop. It's not completely curved, but if you'd actually touched down that bit, it'd probably give you a much harder landing rate. Let's have a look here. Beam the touchdown zone. Drax, thanks for the awesome stream again. You're most welcome. Thank you very much for your kind words. Ah, look at that. Nice. There's reversers. There's the nose touching down. Do one more replay from the tower view. Very quiet from this point here, but we'll do sign you out. You can enjoy the window view and the approach into Rhodes over the threshold. There's the flare. Very light, so you can actually typically flare a bit lower than 20-30 feet. And touchdown. Just rudder to maintain centre line. Jobs. Good. Awesome stuff, guys. So I'll put you back into the flight deck so you can enjoy the passenger view and landing in Rhodes. As usual, thank you very much to all the moderators to help me run the stream there. Having very few issues with me, which is great. And thanks to all the members as well for the continued support too. We'll keep you posted where possible. As I said, I am flying this weekend, back streaming again a little bit more frequently from next week as well. But guys as well, thanks to everyone that donated and to all my regular subscribers. Thank you very much for the continued support, and don't forget to subscribe, like the video as well, gets the video out to a few more people as well, so appreciate all that indeed. So guys, as I said, stay safe out there, and we'll see you on the next Flight Deck Sim live stream very soon. Good night from me.